Guys, Rich here at the Collector Car Gallery Warehouse. We are looking at this 1965 Chevrolet Corvette Roadster. What we're going to do first is get this out of the way. I know that everybody likes to see cold starts on these vehicles, so we're going to do a cold start real quick so we can see it here. Handy thermometer showing 62 degrees. You know, this is for somebody who's worried and says, man, I want to be able to take this car out, drive it anywhere. I want to jump in it when it's cold and not have to mess with it or worry about it. So you can see everything's just, nobody started this car, okay? All right, radiator. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to do a quick cold start on this car just to, kind of let people know that, hey, listen, when this thing comes off the trailer, you can sit it in your garage and it's gonna start just fine, no issues, easy peasy. Okay, so neutral. Neutral. Okay, and so it's sitting here chugging away. Idling, nice lopey idle. You don't want it going too high. No smoke, nothing like that. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, we can move on with the rest here. Okay, guys. So if you've seen my videos before, we're gonna not shut this all the way. We'll do it like this. So if you've seen my videos before, you know that what they lack in production value. I might not have the fanciest videos out there, but I believe they are some of the more transparent videos to the consumer, and everybody really seems to like them because of the attention to detail that I give and really show anything that I see on the vehicle that someone would want to know before they make an online purchase. So without further ado, this is our 1965 Chevrolet Corvette Roadster, restored about 8 years ago, finished in Nassau blue with blue interior. Super elegant color combination on this car. Very, very classic Corvette for sure. 65 is definitely the step up as far as mid-years go, right? So we got disc brakes, better horsepower. So, really kind of an upgrade. So like all of our videos, we're gonna start right here at the, and this is a numbers matching Corvette, by the way, guys. Numbers matching Corvette, engine, transmission, numbers matching, correct color. Everything is pretty well how it's supposed to be, with the exception of a few little things that I'll point out, okay? Definitely a very drivable and driver-ready car, okay? Just like all of our videos, we're gonna start right here at the driver's side front fender, and we're looking at chrome first, okay? So, how's our chrome? Chrome is in very good condition. We can see very few blemishes. I mean, hardly worth mentioning, to be quite honest. Got maybe a little flick of chrome, little dimple. No, that's just wax. So, everything looks pretty tidy on the chrome. Definitely always want to check underneath. Looks like it just needs polished under here. Okay. Chrome looks good, no dents, no dings. All right, so now the body of this Corvette looks very nice. Obviously, this car's had a repaint. Looks like a base coat, clear coat. As we look at the front end of the car, I've got good bonding strips underneath here, so we know that it's not a one-piece front end. That's kind of a buyer beware thing in the Corvette world. That's a big no-no for Corvettes. You just don't want that on your classic Corvette, okay, if you're gonna spend the money on it. As we, let's look at the hood lining up first. It's a little hard to tell, I know, because I got it open right now, cracked open, but hood looks good. I don't see any blemishes to really speak of on the hood. Maybe a little spot right here that looks like it could be polished a little bit better, maybe. Very not hardly worth noticing, very marginal, okay? So fit looks good on the hood. I don't see where it's rubbing anywhere or hitting anywhere. It looks nice. The paint's, this metallic-y type paint is not mottled or you know, get like that tiger stripe stuff that we talk about when we look at metallics. As we look down at the kind of the shark gills here, I do have one little bubble right here, okay? One little paint bubble, all right? This was probably a very difficult area to get in and sand easily. I do not think it's getting any worse. Boy, if you had to pick a spot for there to be a small bubble on the car, this is exactly probably where you would want it, or maybe, you know, somewhere under here. But this is this would be very, very easy to fix, and I think that it's very subtle, very discreet, in my opinion. Okay, I'm arm's reach away from the car right now, and you know, you really have to know it's there to catch it. Okay, that's a shame. Okay, so that being said, now we're gonna look at down the rest of the car. Paint looks nice. I can tell the car was likely taken apart to be painted. There's no tape lines anywhere as far as I can see. All the stainless looks nice around the windshield. This is all, yeah, this looks very nice. All the weather strip and gasket looks good. The vent window chrome, it looks like we got one little part of the vent window chrome is this stuff's flaking just a little bit. So you can kind of see the nickel there. I don't think that would polish. It's kind of going to always look like that. I don't know if that's a concern or not. I personally would not do anything with that. That to me is still very, very presentable in my opinion. You know, I mean, gosh, think about it. This is what I'm looking at right here, guys, okay? And just very, very subtle. Yeah, wouldn't be a big deal to repair, though, if you wanted to, I guess, okay? As we look at the belt molding and the window squeegee, the felt, everything, it all looks like it's in very, very good condition. I don't see any issues. It's not dry rotted or anything. Looks nice. So, looks really good. We'll get into the inside here in a second. Let's move on down to the rear quarter of the car, see how it looks. Tires are in great shape also, I want to add. This is a hubcap car. Disc brakes, obviously, it's a 65. It's a hubcap car, and the tires are in excellent shape. They are a newer radial tire. So, you know, if you're looking for something that is very drivable and comfortable to drive, these are going to give you a great, great ride, okay? I'm not saying that a nice set of Coker gold lines would not really look killer on this car. I mean, you know, or maybe even some red lines like on my 67 over here. But, you know, these definitely do the job, and they probably do the job really well. Someone was able to enjoy this car and really give it a comfortable ride, all things aside and being what it is. So, rear chrome looks, you know, very nice as well. You know, is it pitted? No. Is it, is it gleaming new? It's very, very nice, okay? Is it gleaming new? You know, maybe not, but, you know, I don't even know. I've got a lot of nice cars in here, and I'm not even sure I have anything that looks gleaming new, okay? You can kind of see, you know, this is, obviously, you can kind of see how this one is a little more bright and newer, and this chrome is good, right? I'm not going to knock this car too hard, okay, because most people would say it looks excellent, and it really does shine nicely, but you know, it's got a small haze to it. So back side of the car, everything looks very nice and tidy. Gas filler looks good. I mean, you know, this could be an original, maybe. I'd have to really get a look at it, but at any rate, this stuff all looks very nice. Passenger side rear chrome. Again, same thing. It's in great shape. You know, you could re-chrome these if you wanted, but honestly, you don't need to do that on this car. It's ready to go. It's ready to drive and have fun and looks very, very nice. So I don't think there's any issues with this car whatsoever as far as that goes. My flashlight's freaking out on me here. The Paint, I'm still trying to find blemishes. I haven't forgotten about them. The one bubble that I pointed out up on the driver's side front fender, that is the only one I've seen so far. Okay, so let's look at the top real quick. I hate to bounce around here, but I know this is why everybody loves my videos so much, right? Because I bounce around everywhere. Top's in good shape, shows nicely. You know, a little dirt right there, but it's not torn or ripped anywhere. Fit is good. Everything seems to be appropriate. So I don't really see any issues to concern myself with on the top on that side. The gasket looks nice. Everything looks nice and tidy in there. Let's see here. Passenger side, the top. Yeah, it looks great. Stitching looks good. Not coming apart any of the folds anywhere. Fit is nice and tight up at the top. Okay, that's what you want. All right, not that you're gonna run around with the top on this car. Frankly, if you have the top on, you're probably doing it wrong. So, but you know, you wanna wash it and not be able to have water coming in everywhere. So, all right, so vent window on this side looks nice. We don't have the same thing going on over here that we did on the other side. Chrome is good. The stainless around the windows is nice. The gasket is nice. I really can't knock it at all. The felt looks good, and the squeegee is intact and supple. It's in good condition, so it looks really good. Let's see. Moving on down to the gills on this side. Looks great. You know, not any of the same thing we had going on the other side with that little bitty bubble. That's such a shame, but everything looks nice. Good bonding strip on this side, okay? And for all you Corvette guys out there, what we're talking about is, you know, these cars came together top and bottom out of the molds and sandwiched together and glued together. And there's a bonding strip right in here that sandwiches the two halves of the car together. And if that's not there, or if it's been damaged, if the car's been hit or damaged, or they need a new front end, a lot of body shops these days might just opt for a front end, so they'll put like a whole front clip on the car at one time, and that's really just not the way to do it, and you know, kind of takes away from the authenticity of the car, in my opinion. Okay, so moving on under the hood, and then we'll get into the interior. Under the hood, this is a 350 horse car. Okay, I should have mentioned that earlier because that's a big deal. 350 horse car, not a fuelie car, but a 350 horse, and it really runs and drives very, very nicely, okay? So the engine compartment doesn't have a lot of extras or anything that shouldn't be there. You know, this car will run great, just like it was built in 1965. So I like that it's the way it's supposed to be, okay? A Corvette enthusiast will be able to walk up to this car and say, hey, you know what, that looks pretty good. That's right, nobody put an aluminum radiator in, nobody put, you know, different goofy stuff in here, okay, like that. I can't be positive this air cleaner is original. It fits the part, but I can't be positive that's original. We've got a really good VIN stamp down there, okay? The level of the water pump to the pad looks appropriate, all right? I can get some good pictures of this if somebody wants them, but the engine code chimes with the horsepower of the car and the carb and all, or the transmission, all that stuff. And then the VIN stamp is right there as well. The characters look like the right size, and the you know, the height to the water pump kind of lends to the this vehicle. This engine's not been decked type conclusion. Okay, so engine compartment looks tidy. Everything is loomed nicely. Oh, you know, some of these hose clamps and stuff, they look good. You know, you could put like tower clamps on this thing if you wanted it to look a little bit better. But like nice stuff, like this isn't supposed to be painted, you know, and it's not, and that's great. I love that. I love somebody did this car kind of right. I mean, anybody else would probably have just painted these things black, and it would not have, you know, looked quite the part like it does right now. So good stuff under here. I mean, for sure, good stuff. So let's see what else we got. No power steering on this car, no power brakes, but disc brakes. So keep that in mind. Honestly, it's such a small car that I've driven it around and never had any issues. It runs and drives very, very nicely, does everything it's supposed to do. So, door panels, blue interior. As we look at the weather strip here, you can see here that the weather strip is all nice and supple, okay? Looks like it's in good shape, nice and soft. Some of you out there who maybe are not Corvette people are looking at it and saying, why is all that goop sticking out the end? Well, a Corvette guy will tell you, hey, that's how it should be. That's how it should look. All this weather strip goop, the yellow, kind of is supposed to get squished out and look like that per judging standards for these vehicles. So, you know, just like in the factory, these guys slapped it on and did it just like that. And so that's how it's supposed to look. All right. Door panels. So this has like these molded door panels. They are in excellent condition. I mean, and I'm talking excellent. There is no issues going on here with these door panels. They look very, very nice. Nothing that I see on the door panel whatsoever that's concerning at all. Another reason not to chrome this event window is the gasket looks so good, okay? And the glass is nice, so you don't want to do that, okay? You don't want to take this apart just to do that, okay? I mean, wait, I guess 10 years until this is all dried out and not looking good anymore, because it's really kind of an ordeal to get all this stuff out of there and get the glass put back in the vent window. So, as we look at this flashlight's causing me fits. Okay, so as we're looking at the jam of the car, everything looks very nice. You can tell the car was completely painted all the way around. The sill plate looks good. Some minor scratches where you kick your feet in the car, but not a big deal whatsoever, okay? Yeah, no issues. Small nicks inside the jam like this one right here, but honestly, you know, that just happens, okay? That's just the way it is. So seats on this car are in great condition. I mean, very, very nice. Typically you would have like some rubbing on the piping here, and this is just killer. I mean, it looks really good. And then if we look at the chrome on the side of the seat back, it looks great too. So no issues whatsoever here with that. I mentioned to someone that there's a little bit of staining on the carpet. So, you know, I mean, you could re-dye this carpet. Okay, sure. Oops, right here. This looks like, okay, so that was chrome polish right there. There's a little staining on the carpet, okay? I don't think it's that bad. Carpet kits are not a huge deal, but I would just drive this car the way it is. I'd go to the beach. I'd go, you know, have some fun with this thing and, you know, wine country, cruise-ins, car shows, ice cream shop, you name it. It'll be great. I would leave it that way. As we look at this, at the trim piece, the console, this has some pitting, okay? So you can see it's got some good pitting on it, all right? It can be replaced. I would not. I would leave it the way it is because, you know, really this is the only place that you can get a look at it right there. I think you'll see once we get into the car, it's actually, you know, very nice from the top side, and everything looks very tidy and presentable, okay? So dash looks great, console looks good, the tower looks nice, AM FM radio, or FM radio. It's got the Delco radio just like it's supposed to have. It says right there, Delco. This is legit, guys. This is legit stuff. Clock's working. My flashlight here. Clock is working. Mileage. Okay, so there was a typo on the website. The mileage right now is reading 82,649. Okay, so that's the mileage on the car. As we look at the tach, these all are like original Corvette gauges. They look like to me. Okay, or they're acceptable replacements. We see the 350 horse tach on the car, okay? For all you guys looking for the horsepower cars and for the, if you're getting what you're supposed to be getting, you know, I mean, look at the horsepower of the car. If you're getting a 350, if you think you're getting a 350 horse Vette, they've marked it as that, or all they've done is go out and buy the sticker that goes on the valve cover. This is the tach, the red line for the tach on a 350 car. So make sure you know that too. Steering wheel, wood steering wheel, rosewood maybe, something like that. It's in excellent condition. It's like $1,000 steering wheel probably, all right? And it's in great shape. Really, really nice. Really good. Man, this thing feels good. Let's see. Top side of the dash is in great shape. Very, very nice. Make sure, and if you're looking at other cars, this here, this is like prime cracking area for Corvettes. So if you're looking at other cars, have them get you good pictures of this. Same thing for this one, the grab handle for the passenger, and up here and down here, that's a prime area to be cracked and busted on a Corvette. And then this is probably one of the first Corvettes I've seen that's not a fresh restoration that doesn't have this trim ring right here in the grab handle cracked. It's probably one of the first ones I've ever seen. So that's cool. It's nice. Console is nice. It looks really good. Let's see here. We'll slide around to the passenger side real quick. It's a nice car. Look at this door panel. No issues. Again, same thing. Nice looking weather strip. Looks like the car was taken apart. Armrests look great. Chrome's nice on all the door mechanisms and the windows and all that stuff. It looks really good. So the jams are really done out nice. Everything looks good. Weather stripping on both sides of the convertible top are in great shape. They look good. Keep in mind this right here is where the top has to hinge and flex, so that's supposed to be like that. It looks good. And then we got fresh weather strip right here too. Looks really nice. This passenger seat is in really good shape. No rub marks on the bolsters, no tears, nothing like that. Just really classic color combination for this car too. We've got date-coded seat belts. We got date-coded seat belts here, guys. 65 Corvette seat belts. This is great. Okay, so if I have to knock the interior anywhere, I'm gonna say the carpet is probably, it's not a candidate to be replaced, but I'm gonna say the carpet is either a little sun faded or something. You know, it's just, it's not brand new looking, but everything else, and maybe that chrome piece on this side, but otherwise, what a great car. I mean, this looks really nice. Looks good. Somebody, looks like they took the bulb out. All right, I'm gonna say this works though. Okay, they took the bulb out, obviously, because if this doesn't close, your car battery will run dead. But they took the bulb out. That's pretty common. I'd probably do that in all my cars too. So guys, look, the deal is this. 1965 Chevrolet Corvette Roadster, all right? 350 horse, 4-speed, numbers matching car, okay? I truly believe that you could probably run this to an NCRS show and do very, very well right now with this car. Also, it's not the trailer queen car, but to a non-professional, they're probably gonna say this car is very close to perfect. All right, I'm just being honest. It's a very, very nice car. Paint blemish wise, we were able to find one very, very small one down here on the gill, and then, you know, maybe a little pitting on the interior chrome, and then one small flake of chrome, guys, right? I mean, it's very, very unnoticeable on that car. So what a great car. 1965 Nassau blue, 350 horse, 4-speed, numbers matching car with radial tires on it for a little bit more comfortable drive. Give us a call if you have any other questions on this vehicle. And you know, we're gonna do a video of the underside too, so everybody will be able to see that as well. So great car, guys. Thanks for looking.